headshot.
Oh, what is going on, everybody? My name is Chicken Fingers, your friendly neighborhood commentator, and today, well, I will be playing the Pyro, and I will be showing you how to be an asset to your team and an ass to the enemy team. And then by doing that, I'm going to tell you a few tips in different situations. This first situation right here on Gorge will be defending without a sentry. There is no sentry gun here to give me my safe haven, my area that's going to give me long range, better medium range and long range combat. So the first thing I do with this battle, as you can see, is I don't rush in. I kind of let them come to me and kind of surprise them around corners. That gives me the get them in my effective range of my flamethrower. It also gives me the ability to surprise them maybe with an air blast, takes their aim off enemy targets. The second thing is I'm going to be choosing my battles. This spy did not choose a smart battle. He saw a medic that thought, oh, I can kill a medic. Well, the Pyro turned around and fried your butt. You shouldn't have been disguised as a Pyro. You might have gotten a few extra steps. The next thing you'll see, I am rocking the shotgun. That is because it gives me consistent long range damage. Even if it's only a little bit, it's a little bit easier to aim than any of the flare guns. And I just feel it's a little bit more viable when you don't have a sentry that can give you an area of cover. It does allow you just to pump out small bits of damage. You'll see there's going to be a Gerarded heavy coming up, and I do one of the shots does do 32 damage, which is not much on a heavy, but it is probably more than you would get with a flare gun, especially if the heavy was targeting you and kind of making you panic. The medic does go down. Unfortunately, that was my next tip, which was to defend the medic at all costs. Unfortunately, I could not get to him. I just did not notice that loose cannonball there. Didn't reflect it in time. Just my fault. Sorry, medic, if you're watching this. I do love you, and he does get auto switched, which sucks. My next tip before I snort more cocaine is looking for spies. Spies, they are your little Oreo cookies. You're gonna eat them up, spit them out, so you gotta keep them at bay by looking for them actively. And then lastly, you saw I gave the medic an option for Uber charge. Pyro's not the first choice, but he should always be a choice without a sentry. Of course, guys, this clip is on the flip side of the coin. This is defending with a sentry. This is on Cashworks, and the bottom of that tunnel over there on the left, which you can't see right now, but you will see them both, are two sentries. And of course, I'm going to be rocking the Spy's Nightmare, my wet dream, the Home Wrecker. I love the Home Wrecker, and it's so situational that when I get to use it, I jump at the chance, because that one hit to remove all sappers is so beautiful. It is so trolly, so lolsy that I just can't pass it up. It's obviously the best choice if the sentries are doing the most of the work, which here they are. They are the reason I'm playing Pyro. So definitely going to defend them. Let them use their area of effect to protect me while I protect them. It's a love relationship here between the Pyro and an engineer. You cannot lie. They are best friends forever. So what you guys see me now is now I'm finally returning to the sentry gun. Well, that's because I do this technique called push out and pull back in. I try to lure enemy targets into the effective range of the sentry gun. Not a lot of people know where the exact range is, especially if you're on an enemy team. It's very hard to define when the moment is when it's going to shoot at you. So by pulling them in, maybe the engineers moved it an inch or two, it's different spots, so it's got a different effect. It's going to either blow them up or just shoot them down. I don't know. So I'm going to let them find out for me. So I push out, pull back in. Also, that gives a spy the opportunity to get in there for a second, maybe place a sap. I'm not going too far where I wouldn't be able to react, at least to defend an engineer while he builds back up a sentry gun. And since we have two, I'm not too afraid of a spy doing so to one sentry gun, because probably will get himself killed by the end of that little fight between him and the engineer. Also, air blast, guys. Air blast is key when defending a sentry. Keeping Ubers out, pushing back demo men, reflecting direct hit rockets. That is the best weapon for taking down a sentry gun. I don't know who would say otherwise, but a direct hit rocket with sufficient range is going to be the greatest weapon you can use to take down a sentry gun. It is 2 hits, and just air blasting, guys, is trolly, keeps the projectiles away, and it allows you to blow up soldiers with their own rockets, as you'll see here in a second. There'll also be this bonked scout who's trying to go in, I guess, to defend, to distract the sentry gun because it can't help but shoot at the closest thing to it. So I had to air blast him away to stop him giving room for his demo man and his soldiers to come in and destroy that poor, harmless, defenseless sentry gun. I can't let it happen. And the final thing when you're defending with a sentry gun is to be aware of the flanks, to make sure that your flanks are covered. As a pyro, you should be constantly scanning for spies, so you should be aware of anywhere the enemies may come from and be prepared to react. And that is defending with a sentry gun. And next we're going to move on to attacking with the pyro. Here we are, guys. We are back at Gorge. We will be attacking now on the blue team, and I will be using the man melter instead because I felt I wanted to get a lot of those crits. But here, getting Ubered straight, first thing I'm going to do is try and take out anything that could be an asset to the enemy team, such as sentry guns and a dispenser. You saw, I'm just really trying to keep their equipment down. If I am Ubered, that is the main goal of the Ubers. Kill medics, kill engineers, get into sentry guns because you can take them down quite quickly. But that is not, I'm not trying to be only Ubered. My key here to attacking is air blast is king. Air blast will always be a king when attacking. Yes, you can run in and you can do a lot of damage, but it's all about space, and I'm trying to give my team space. Air blast lets me take out the space-cutting objects such as rockets and Devilmans and Jarate, which you'll see in right here. It's a beautiful, beautiful Jarate reflect. I thought this was hilarious. And pretty much make sure that my medic is protected, even if that means taking a couple bullets for him. You know, trying to keep a certain distance from my team to get in and do as much damage as they possibly can do. So, because usually when you see a pyro running at you, your first instinct is, I'm going to run away, because this is not a good thing. I do not want to be up close and personal with a pyro. I do not want to be right in his range. So I make myself known. I'm aggressive, but I'm not stupid. I don't just rush in. I don't have a medic here. I'm not going to rush into the entire enemy team and try and set them on fire. My goal is to literally assist the team in getting kills, more than actually getting kills for myself, even though I do get a few here. Spamming the medic button. I like the medic to be near me. I want to defend him. I want to keep him safe from spies, but I can't do anything about sentry guns when he runs right into their paths. I don't know why he did that, but he was a brave little toaster, and he deserves a medal for it. Spies. You're going to see me do a lot of spy checking. Spies are absolutely still your #1 priority in sense of who do I got to be careful for? Who do I got to eliminate? You are still the #1 thing at destroying spies. That is your job. It really is. If you're not on, when you're on a point, that is normally when a spy is going to make his move to try and backstab your entire team. So by turning around every now and then and just giving a puff here and a puff there, you will pretty much shut down their ability to do anything. Because if you light somebody on fire, the first instinct should be is air blast, get this guy away from me, and finish him off either with your secondary weapon, which I don't think I really could, or let an enemy teammate do it, because you don't want to try and get too close to the spy because of all the very glitchiness. I'm not saying glitchiness, but the ways to kind of exploit backstabs with their corner stabs, turn stabs. You saw in my drunk video, oh, semi-drunk video, that I did get corner stabbed. I was completely just unaware of what I was doing. So you got to be very careful when you get close to spies. I prefer someone else kill them. You just find them. That is your job. It's a hide and seek game with fire. Kind of like when you were 8, if you remember those days. Here, failed to protect my medic, unfortunately. I think he does go down. It sucks because he was a good medic. Making myself known as not a spy by switching my weapons and pretty much just going to the next medic and saying, hey, I'm here to protect you. I'm here to help. My name's Chicken Fingers. Don't worry, I'm not a commentator. I know what I'm doing. And gonna be making a move for the point, staying aware of the enemy team's position. Even though this is a demo, you can't see me pulling up the tab menu. I'm tapping it. I'm trying to see what players are up and what players are down. We had a significant number advantage here. Unfortunately, when I pushed, not many people pushed with me. I did end up dying, but I did scare the enemy team. I came down here immediately looking for sentries, couldn't find anything, and I'm going to be air blasting enemies away from the point in hopes to get to it, but it is not enough. The enemy team makes a resurgence, and I am unable to cap the point, but 5 minutes later in the map, the same situation appeals to itself. I'm air blasting everything I can away from my team to give them that space, to give them that safe front lines. If it can be air blasted, you bet your butt I'm on top of it. And that's why I say you have to be key. If that would have hit, I would have left. You have to be the key figures for air blast on your team. You have to be the guy who's out there going, I am not afraid of your rockets or your pills. You have to be just in their face. Look at that, 3 pills saved my medic's life, probably that sniper's life too. And now we are finally going to be making our final push. I see the team, our power classes up front. There's no one on the ledges. That means jump down, chicken, and kill everything you can. The normal sentry spots are taken care of. This guy gets predicted. I predict his rocket and take him out with his own rocket. That's kind of embarrassing. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. We captured this point. My name is Chicken Fingers, your friendly neighborhood commentator. Let's rock out, and I will see you on the battlefield.